Beneath the shifting sands of time, long forgotten and yet still whispering through the ages, lies a treasure trove of knowledge buried deep within the mystic lands of Egypt. The golden sun of ancient civilizations once shone brightly over the Nile, illuminating wisdom that has been passed down through generations. Yet for millennia, much of this wisdom has been obscured, buried under layers of dust, history, and myth. Today, we stand on the precipice of discovery, gazing into the depths of a world that shaped much of human understanding and has the potential to reshape our own lives. This is the hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt, knowledge that, if understood, could change everything. What is it about this ancient civilization that still resonates with such power? What secrets lie hidden in the pyramids, the temples, the scrolls, and the enigmatic figures of Egyptian lore? And why does the allure of Egypt seem to transcend time and geography, stirring the souls of those who dare to delve into its mysteries? To answer these questions, we must first recognize that this knowledge was never meant to be simply a relic of the past. It was intended as a guide, a light, leading those who seek it toward a deeper understanding of life consciousness and the very fabric of reality itself. To the ancient Egyptians, knowledge was not merely academic or theoretical, it was sacred. It was interwoven with the very essence of the cosmos, tied to divine laws that governed not only the heavens, but also the human soul. Every glyph, every symbol, and every ritual carried a message from the gods, a deeper understanding of the metaphysical forces that shape our world. From the profound teachings of Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, to the cosmic principles embodied by the gods, Osiris, Isis, and Horus, the Egyptians understood that the universe was governed by laws far greater than those of the material world. These laws were not only meant to be learned, but to be lived woven into the very fabric of human existence. And therein lies the secret. This hidden knowledge was never just to be studied from a distance. It was meant to be experienced, embodied, and applied. But why does this ancient wisdom matter now in our modern age? The world has changed, hasn't it? We live in a time of technological advancements, scientific discoveries, and a constant stream of information. Our understanding of the material world has expanded exponentially, yet at the same time, many find themselves feeling more disconnected from the deeper truths of existence than ever before. In our pursuit of external knowledge, we have lost touch with the internal, those primal forces that drive us, the mysteries of consciousness and the forgotten truths of our own divinity. It is here in this disconnection that the hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt has the power to transform us. It is as if the ancients were speaking to us from the other side of time, urging us to remember who we truly are and why we are here. The very concept of reality itself was viewed differently by the Egyptians. To them, the material world was only a small fraction of a greater unseen cosmic reality. What we perceive with our senses is only a fraction of the whole. There exists a vast, interconnected web of energy, consciousness, and divine laws that govern everything. The Egyptians understood that the human soul is not bound by time and space. It transcends physical death, moving through various realms of existence, each life a part of an ongoing, eternal journey. Their belief in the afterlife was not merely about the continuation of the self after death, but about the transformation of consciousness and the alignment of one's soul with the divine order of the universe. This understanding of the soul's infinite journey across time, space, and realms was a central tenet of their teachings. Yet in the hustle and bustle of modern life, we have lost sight of these deeper truths. We have become so focused on external achievements and material gain that we often overlook the power within us, the power to shift our consciousness, to transcend the limits of the physical world, and to align with the cosmic laws that the ancient Egyptians understood so profoundly. In a world where science and reason dominate, there is little room for the mystical, the unknown, the divine. And yet it is in this very space, the space between the known and the unknown, that the hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt waits to be rediscovered. What if the answers to our deepest questions about life, death, and the nature of the universe are not hidden in the latest scientific breakthrough or technological invention? What if the key to understanding our true purpose, to unlocking our full potential, and to transcending the limitations of the material world, lies buried in the forgotten wisdom of the ancients? The Egyptians understood this intimately. They knew that true power and understanding come not from the outside world, but from the inner realms of the soul, the mind, and the heart. Their knowledge was not of the body, but of the soul's journey, a journey that continues to this very day. And so, as we stand at the threshold of this revelation, we must look to the past not as a distant memory, but as a living, breathing guide that can illuminate the path forward. The wisdom of Egypt is not something that belongs only to the past. It is something that belongs to all of us in every moment. It is not simply a collection of teachings or artifacts to be admired from a distance, but a profound system of knowledge that, when understood and applied, can help us navigate the complex web of existence with grace, power, and awareness. The mysteries of ancient Egypt, the symbols they left behind, and the divine laws they understood are waiting for us to unlock them. To understand these mysteries is to awaken to a new understanding of ourselves, the universe, and the very fabric of reality. The time has come for us to remember to awaken and to align ourselves with the cosmic truths that have been hidden for so long. The knowledge of the ancients can change everything if we are willing to look within and see the world through new eyes. As we journey deeper into the hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt, it becomes clear that this wisdom is not merely a collection of facts or historical artifacts. Instead, it offers a profound framework for understanding the universe and our place within it. The core themes of Egyptian wisdom are not only metaphysical in nature, but also deeply practical, reflecting an understanding of cosmic forces, the nature of the soul, and the principles that govern both the material and spiritual realms. At its heart, Egyptian knowledge is a guide to awakening transformation and alignment with the divine forces of the cosmos. Through the ancient teachings of the Egyptians, we begin to see that the universe is a living, breathing entity filled with patterns and cycles that govern not only the stars and the planets, but also our own lives. One of the foundational concepts in Egyptian wisdom is the idea of Ma'at, which embodies the divine law, order, and balance that permeates all of creation. Ma'at is both the principle and the personification of cosmic order, and it represents the harmony between the human soul and the universe. It is through Ma'at that the Egyptians believed the universe was created and maintained, ensuring that everything, every action, thought, and being exists in balance and in alignment with the divine. The concept of Ma'at is woven into every aspect of Egyptian life, from the architecture of their temples to the conduct of their kings, priests, and common people. It emphasizes the idea that true power and enlightenment come not from domination or control, but from alignment with the natural order and respect for the greater cosmic laws. In our modern world, where chaos and imbalance often reign, the wisdom of Ma'at can be a transformative guide. It encourages us to live in harmony with the universe, to respect the natural order, and to seek balance in all aspects of our lives. The pursuit of balance, both within and without, can help us transcend the noise and distractions of modern life and reconnect with the eternal truths that lie at the heart of existence. This theme of balance is not only spiritual, but also practical. It calls for mindfulness, intention, and a deep awareness of the forces at play in our lives, whether in our relationships, our work, or our inner world. Another key concept that flows through Egyptian thought is the nature of the soul. To the Egyptians, the soul was not a single static entity, but a complex and multifaceted being that journeyed through various planes of existence. The soul was seen as a spark of divine consciousness temporarily residing in the body during its earthly journey, but capable of transcending physical death. The journey of the soul, particularly after death, was of utmost importance to the Egyptians, and their elaborate funeral rites and belief in the afterlife reflect this. They understood that death was not an end, but a transformation, a transition into another state of being. The Egyptians believed that in order to achieve eternal life, the soul had to pass through the trials and challenges of the afterlife, ultimately attaining union with the divine. This journey was governed by the teachings of the gods, and the soul was guided by divine principles of truth, justice, and wisdom. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, with its intricate rituals and spells, was designed to help the soul navigate this journey. It was a map for the soul's ascension, offering protection and guidance through the various levels of the afterlife, ensuring the soul's safe passage into eternity. This understanding of the soul's journey is not confined to the afterlife. It speaks to a deeper truth: the soul is eternal and ever-evolving, constantly learning, growing, and transcending the boundaries of the physical world. The Egyptians recognized that the journey of the soul was not linear but cyclical, a continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, with each cycle bringing the soul closer to its ultimate divine purpose. This understanding of the soul is radically different from the materialistic view that dominates much of modern thinking. Instead of seeing the soul as a temporary physical entity, the Egyptians saw it as a timeless force, constantly seeking to evolve and ascend to higher levels of consciousness. The theme of transformation is intimately tied to the concept of the soul's journey. Just as the soul moves through different realms of existence, so too must we as individuals undergo a process of personal transformation. The Egyptians understood that in order to ascend to higher levels of consciousness and wisdom, one must first undergo purification and enlightenment. This process involved not only intellectual understanding, but also the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, and humility. The Egyptian priesthood, with its rigorous training and initiation rituals, was designed to guide individuals on this path of transformation, preparing them for the higher mysteries of the divine. One of the most powerful symbols of transformation in Egyptian thought is the scarab beetle. The scarab, with its ability to roll dung into perfect spheres, was seen as a symbol of regeneration and renewal. In Egyptian mythology, the scarab was associated with the god Khepri, who was said to push the sun across the sky each day, symbolizing the constant cycle of death and rebirth. The scarab became a symbol of the soul's journey, reminding us that each moment of our lives is an opportunity for transformation and renewal. Through the eyes of the Egyptians, we come to understand that transformation is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced, an essential part of the soul's journey toward enlightenment. Perhaps the most profound concept of Egyptian wisdom is the understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. The Egyptians viewed the cosmos as a vast, interconnected web of energy, with each part of the universe, each person, animal, and plant, playing a vital role in the greater cosmic balance. The divine was not seen as something separate from the world, but as inherent in all things. Every stone, every river, every grain of sand was imbued with divine energy, a reflection of the greater cosmic order. This belief in the interconnectedness of all things is central to the Egyptian understanding of Maya. By aligning oneself with the divine order, an individual could live in harmony with the universe, ensuring peace, prosperity, and spiritual growth. In modern times, the concept of interconnectedness is more relevant than ever. As we become increasingly aware of the environmental and social challenges facing the world, the ancient Egyptian understanding of the interconnectedness of all things offers a powerful message. It calls us to recognize that our actions, both positive and negative, have far-reaching consequences. The more we align ourselves with the natural order and work in harmony with the world around us, the more we can contribute to the healing and transformation of the planet. The hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt offers us a window into a world of deeper understanding, one that transcends the boundaries of time and space. It teaches us that the universe is not a random collection of events, but a living, breathing entity governed by divine principles. It shows us that our souls are eternal, that death is merely a transformation, and that the key to enlightenment lies in aligning ourselves with the cosmic forces that shape reality. By embracing the wisdom of the ancients, we can unlock the hidden potential within ourselves, transforming our lives and the world around us. As we move deeper into the heart of ancient Egypt's profound wisdom, we encounter an intricate tapestry of symbolic narratives, stories, myths, and allegories that serve not only as cultural expressions, but as profound guides to the mysteries of life, death, and the journey of the soul. These symbols, far from being mere decorations or metaphors, are the keys to understanding the deeper layers of reality. The Egyptians believed that the divine communicated through symbols, each one embodying complex, multidimensional truths about the cosmos and the human soul. It is through these symbolic narratives that we begin to unlock the secrets of their hidden knowledge, and in turn gain access to the timeless wisdom that continues to resonate with us today. At the center of Egyptian mythology stands the story of Osiris, a narrative that has been passed down for millennia, and which carries profound lessons for both the individual soul and the collective. Osiris was the god of death, resurrection, and the afterlife. But his story is more than a myth about a god. It is an allegory for the soul's eternal journey. Osiris was a benevolent ruler bringing prosperity to Egypt, but his brother, Set, the god of chaos and destruction, grew jealous and conspired to kill him. Set trapped Osiris in a coffin, which he then cast into the Nile. Osiris's wife Isis desperately searched for his body, and with the help of her sister Nephthys, the divine jackal-headed god Anubis, and the god Horus, she resurrected Osiris. From that moment on, Osiris became the ruler of the underworld, guiding the souls of the deceased through their journey in the afterlife. The symbolic meaning of the story of Osiris is profound. It speaks of the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth, the eternal dance of creation and destruction that governs the universe. Osiris's death and resurrection mirror the journey of the soul, which must pass through death, undergo transformation, and emerge renewed. This cycle is not limited to the afterlife, but is intrinsic to the human experience. Each time we face challenges, losses, or personal transformations, we, like Osiris, have the opportunity to be reborn into a higher state of consciousness. The story of Osiris encourages us to recognize that death is not an end, but a beginning, an opportunity for renewal and spiritual growth. Connected to this is the narrative of Horus, the son of Osiris and Isis. Horus represents the divine child, the rebirth of life, and the triumph of good over evil. After Osiris's death, Horus sought revenge against Set, embodying the heroic struggle between order and chaos. Horus's eventual victory over Set symbolizes the triumph of light over darkness, truth over falsehood, and life over death. Horus's journey is not just one of vengeance, but of transformation. As he matures and becomes the ruler of Egypt, Horus embodies the potential for divine power within every human being, reminding us that through our struggles, we too have the capacity to transform ourselves and reclaim our sovereignty. Horus's story is also deeply connected to the concept of the Eye of Horus, one of the most powerful symbols in Egyptian mythology. The Eye of Horus represents divine perception, protection, and insight. It is said to symbolize the ability to see beyond the physical world and into the spiritual realm, unlocking the mysteries of the universe. The Eye of Horus is also a symbol of healing, as it was believed to restore Osiris's life force after his resurrection. The eye then becomes a metaphor for the divine wisdom that can heal and transform, guiding us through the darkness and into the light. It reminds us that true sight is not of the physical eyes, but of the inner vision, the ability to perceive the deeper truths of existence. The symbolism of Osiris Horus and the Eye of Horus offers a profound narrative on personal transformation. It teaches us that we too must face death, whether literal or metaphorical, so that we may be reborn into a higher state of being. It urges us to seek the light of wisdom and knowledge that transcends the material world, seeing with the inner eye, and aligning ourselves with the divine order of the universe. The Egyptian myths speak directly to the modern soul's need for self-realization, healing, and the constant quest for truth. By understanding these symbols, we unlock the ability to transcend the limitations of the ego and move into a more enlightened, awakened state of being. Another key symbolic narrative that holds the keys to hidden knowledge is the journey through the Duat, the Egyptian underworld. The Duat represents the realm of the afterlife, where the soul must undergo trials and transformations before reaching eternal peace. This journey was depicted in the Book of the Dead, a sacred text filled with spells, rituals, and instructions to guide the deceased through the perilous stages of the afterlife. The soul was judged by the god Osiris, and its fate was determined by whether it had lived in accordance with the laws of Ma'at, the cosmic principle of truth, justice, and balance. The heart of the deceased was weighed against the feather of Ma'at, and if the heart was found to be heavier than the feather, the soul was consumed by the devouring monster Ammit. If the heart was light, it was allowed to pass into the afterlife and join the divine. This symbolic journey through the Duat reflects the trials of the soul in the physical world. The ancient Egyptians understood that the path to enlightenment is not without obstacles. It is through overcoming these obstacles, through purifications, learning, and growth, that the soul ascends to higher states of consciousness. The weighing of the heart represents the ultimate judgment of one's actions and intentions. It asks us to reflect on our own lives. Are we living in alignment with the universal laws of truth and balance? Or are we trapped by our own ignorance and darkness? The journey of the soul in the Duat reminds us that our every action, thought, and intention shapes the course of our spiritual journey. Finally, the pyramids themselves serve as an embodiment of these hidden teachings. The pyramids were not merely tombs, but powerful symbols of spiritual ascent and enlightenment. Their geometric precision reflects the Egyptians' deep understanding of sacred geometry, which they believed to be the fundamental structure of the universe. The pyramid, with its apex pointing toward the heavens, symbolizes the soul's ascent toward the divine. The journey up the pyramid steps mirrors the soul's path through the trials of life, each level representing a step toward higher consciousness. The Egyptians viewed the pyramid as a vehicle for transformation, a place where the soul could align with the cosmic order and merge with the divine. The story of the pyramids Osiris, Horus, and the Duat invites us to embark on our own journey of spiritual awakening. It reminds us that we are not merely passive beings, but active participants in the unfolding of the universe. By embracing the knowledge embedded in these ancient symbols, we too can transcend the limits of the material world and ascend toward greater wisdom, understanding, and connection with the divine. The hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt is not merely a historical curiosity or esoteric abstraction. It is alive with profound insights that can deeply influence how we live, how we understand ourselves, and how we navigate the world around us. Ancient Egypt, in all its glory and mystery, teaches us that the soul's journey is not confined to the afterlife, but is an ongoing process of evolution and transformation, unfolding within the very fabric of our daily lives. This wisdom speaks to the heart of human existence, guiding us to live with greater awareness, balance, and alignment with the divine forces of the universe. To integrate the teachings of ancient Egypt into our modern lives requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to go beyond surface-level materialism and embrace the deeper currents that shape our existence. The ancient Egyptians understood that true knowledge is not acquired solely through intellectual study, but through lived experience. It is through the embodiment of wisdom that we gain access to its transformative power. The story of Osiris, Horus, and the Duat reveals that each trial, each challenge is not merely a burden, but a transformative opportunity designed to guide the soul toward its highest potential. In the same way, our own struggles, whether they be personal, spiritual, or professional, can be reframed as stepping stones on our journey of ascension. One of the most powerful ways we can apply the Egyptian wisdom to our lives is by embracing the concept of Ma'at, the principle of cosmic balance and order. In the modern world, where the pursuit of success, wealth, and power often leads to imbalance and disconnection from the natural order, Ma'at offers a profound antidote. It calls us to live in harmony with the universe, to align our actions with truth, justice, and wisdom. Living in accordance with Ma'at means striving to balance the needs of the self with the greater good, recognizing that our actions reverberate across the cosmic web, affecting not only our lives, but the lives of others and the planet itself. In practical terms, living by the principles of Ma'at requires us to cultivate inner awareness and self-discipline. It means questioning our motivations, reflecting on our actions, and ensuring that we are acting with integrity in every area of our lives. Ma'at challenges us to live authentically, to speak and act truthfully, and to ensure that our thoughts and intentions align with the highest good. This might mean making difficult decisions, standing firm in the face of adversity, or letting go of old patterns that no longer serve our growth. But in doing so, we align ourselves with the divine order, which brings peace, clarity, and spiritual harmony. The Egyptian teachings also remind us of the importance of the soul's journey through death and transformation. In our modern culture, death is often seen as the ultimate end, a finality that carries fear and uncertainty. The Egyptians, however, viewed death as a transition, a continuation of the soul's journey into the afterlife, where it would undergo further purification and transformation. This perspective can shift the way we approach life and death. Rather than fearing death or clinging to the material world, we are invited to view it as an inevitable part of the cyclical nature of existence. Each phase of life, birth, death, and rebirth, is a necessary aspect of our spiritual evolution. Embracing this understanding can help us transcend the fear of mortality and deepen our connection to the present moment. By living with the awareness that every experience, no matter how challenging or painful, serves the soul's journey, we can cultivate greater acceptance and peace in our lives. We begin to understand that the soul's ultimate goal is not to accumulate possessions or accolades, but to grow, to evolve, and to align more closely with the divine purpose for which we were created. This shift in perspective allows us to approach life with greater purpose, releasing the need for external validation and embracing the quiet power of inner fulfillment. In the realm of personal growth and transformation, the teachings of Horus offer valuable guidance. Horus's journey is a model for overcoming adversity, reclaiming power, and embodying the divine light within. Horus's struggle against Set, the embodiment of chaos and darkness, speaks to the internal struggles we face in our own lives. Set represents the forces of doubt, fear, and negativity that often keep us from stepping into our full potential. Horus, as the divine child and hero, shows us that the path to transformation is not easy, but it is necessary. By embracing our inner Horus, we tap into the divine strength to face our own challenges and emerge victorious, just as Horus did in his battle for justice and truth. This is where the concept of the Eye of Horus becomes especially significant. The eye represents divine perception, the ability to see beyond the veil of the material world into the realm of spiritual truths. It is the ability to perceive what is hidden, to see the world not just with our physical eyes, but with the eyes of the soul. In our daily lives, cultivating this inner vision is essential for navigating the complexities of existence. It requires mindfulness, intuition, and a deep connection to the heart and soul. The Eye of Horus symbolizes the awakening of this divine sight, which helps us discern truth from illusion, light from darkness, and ultimately leads us to the path of self-realization. Incorporating the symbolic journey of the Duat into our daily lives also offers powerful insights. The trials faced by the soul in the afterlife are not so different from the trials we face in our earthly existence. In the Egyptian view, each challenge we encounter, whether in relationships, work, or personal development, is a test of our character, wisdom, and ability to align with divine law. The journey through the Duat, with its trials and tribulations, mirrors our own spiritual journey. Just as the soul must undergo purification in the afterlife, we too must face our own personal trials in order to grow and evolve. It is through these challenges that we are refined, our consciousness expanded, and our souls prepared for the higher mysteries of existence. The symbolism of the pyramid too can be applied in practical ways. The pyramid represents the soul's journey upward toward higher consciousness and divine truth. In our own lives, we are constantly ascending, whether it be in our spiritual practice, our understanding of the universe, or our connection to the divine. The path may seem steep at times, and the climb may be arduous, but each step brings us closer to the summit, to the divine light. Just as the pyramid's apex reaches toward the heavens, so too must we strive to align ourselves with the highest truths and principles. By embracing the pyramid as a symbol of our spiritual ascent, we understand that each challenge we face is part of the process of reaching higher levels of awareness and consciousness. In conclusion, integrating the wisdom of ancient Egypt into our daily lives is not a matter of simply learning ancient facts or rituals. It is about shifting our consciousness, realigning our intentions, and living in harmony with the universal laws that govern existence. By embracing the teachings of Mayat, recognizing the eternal journey of the soul, embodying the strength and wisdom of Horus, and understanding the transformative power of the Duat, we unlock the hidden potential within ourselves. This wisdom, once hidden in the sands of Egypt, is waiting to guide us toward a life of greater meaning, purpose, and spiritual awakening. As we approach the conclusion of our exploration into the hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt, it is important to reflect on the deeper implications of these teachings. What began as an intellectual journey into the mysteries of an ancient civilization has in many ways become a call to action. A call to awaken, transform, and align ourselves with the eternal wisdom that has always been within us. The knowledge passed down through the ancient Egyptians is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing guide that speaks to us in every moment, urging us to transcend the limitations of the material world and embrace the higher truths of our divine nature. The lessons of ancient Egypt are timeless, but they are also urgent. In a world that often feels chaotic, disconnected, and out of balance, we are being called to return to the foundational principles that the Egyptians understood so well. These principles, truth, justice, balance, transformation, and spiritual ascent, are not just concepts to study. They are laws to live by. The wisdom of the ancients offers us the keys to unlock our true potential, to reclaim our sovereignty, and to align ourselves with the divine flow of the universe. But this knowledge requires more than passive observation. It requires active participation. To truly embody the teachings of Ma'at, for example, we must strive to live in alignment with the divine order in every aspect of our lives. This means reflecting on our actions, thoughts, and intentions, and ensuring they are in harmony with the greater good. It means seeking balance not just in our external circumstances, but also within ourselves. Ma'at calls us to be mindful stewards of the energy we contribute to the world, understanding that each action, no matter how small, ripples out and affects the whole. This awareness of the interconnectedness of all things is a fundamental shift in consciousness, one that allows us to live with greater purpose, clarity, and grace. The journey of the soul, as depicted in the story of Osiris and Horus, reminds us that transformation is not only possible but necessary. Just as Osiris died and was reborn, so too must we undergo personal transformations, shedding the old to make way for the new. These moments of transformation are not to be feared. They are sacred opportunities for growth, for aligning ourselves with our true purpose, and for awakening to the infinite potential of the soul. The trials we face are not arbitrary. They are the cosmic tests designed to refine us, to shape us into the beings we are meant to become. And just as Horus triumphed over Set, so too can we rise above the darkness and reclaim our divine light. The symbolism of the Eye of Horus, representing divine perception, is an invitation to expand our vision beyond the limitations of the physical world. It challenges us to look within, to cultivate the inner vision that allows us to see the truths that are hidden beneath the surface. This inner sight is not merely about perceiving external truths. It is about awakening to the deeper reality of who we truly are. It is through the awakening of the inner eye that we come to recognize our divine essence, our interconnectedness with all that is, and our ability to influence the course of our own lives. The Duat, the journey of the soul through the afterlife, also holds powerful lessons for us in the present moment. It teaches us that life itself is a journey, a spiritual quest through trials, challenges, and moments of darkness, each one an opportunity for purification and transformation. Just as the soul must navigate the Duat, we too must navigate the challenges of our lives with wisdom, courage, and faith. The ancient Egyptians understood that the soul's ultimate purpose was to align with the divine, and in doing so, it would be freed from the cycle of suffering and transcend into eternal peace. This journey of the soul is not a distant concept reserved for the afterlife. It is something we experience every day as we confront our inner obstacles, face our fears, and rise above the limitations of the ego. The pyramid too serves as a potent symbol for our own spiritual journey. Just as the pyramid's apex points toward the heavens, so too must we strive to align ourselves with the highest truths and principles. The journey upward may be long and challenging, but every step brings us closer to the divine. Each level of the pyramid represents a stage of our spiritual evolution, and as we ascend, we shed the weight of illusion and ego, moving closer to the light of truth. The pyramid reminds us that the path to enlightenment is not a straight line, but a process of gradual refinement, each step an opportunity for growth and self-realization. So, what does it mean to integrate the hidden knowledge of ancient Egypt into our daily lives? It means embodying the principles of Ma'at in our thoughts and actions, living in alignment with cosmic order. It means embracing transformation as a sacred process of purification and renewal. It means awakening the inner eye of Horus, seeing the deeper truths of existence, and reclaiming our divine power. It means recognizing that the journey of the soul is not confined to the afterlife, but is unfolding here and now in every moment. And it means understanding that just as the pyramids are a symbol of spiritual ascent, our lives are an ongoing process of climbing toward the light, guided by the wisdom of the ancients. The teachings of ancient Egypt offer us a powerful and transformative path, one that reconnects us with the divine, with the eternal mysteries of the soul, and with the cosmic laws that govern all of existence. This is not a journey of intellectual understanding alone, but of experiential wisdom, of embodying the truths that have been hidden in plain sight for millennia. The time has come for us to awaken to reclaim the ancient wisdom that is our birthright, and to align ourselves with the divine forces that shape our reality. The knowledge of Egypt is not just a key to understanding the past, it is a guide to transforming the present and shaping the future. In embracing this hidden knowledge, we unlock not only the secrets of the universe, but also the deepest truths of who we are. We are not mere mortals trapped in time and space. We are divine beings, eternal and infinite, capable of transcending the boundaries of the physical world and connecting with the very essence of existence. The path of the ancients is the path of awakening, transformation, and divine remembrance. It is time for us to walk it. So you've just journeyed with us through the ancient and mysterious knowledge of ancient Egypt, uncovering timeless lessons that are waiting to awaken and transform your life. These secrets are not just stories of the past or symbols on ancient stones. They are profound truths that, when understood, will show you that they've always been present in your own life. Are you ready to open your inner eye and embark on a journey of self-discovery and rebirth? Join Mystic Vault as we continue to explore the infinite mysteries and unlock endless doors of wisdom. What you've learned today is the key to stepping into a more powerful version of yourself. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss any of the exciting videos to come, as this journey is just beginning. Please leave your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Together, we will continue unveiling the incredible truths hidden in this world. Thank you for being part of Mystic Vault, where every discovery brings powerful transformation to the soul and spirit.